Hi. It's not quite a sequel. I will be going through things again because I deleted the other failed attempt. Um, yeah, welcome back if you haven't seen this already. If you have, I'm sorry, I'll go over the same things a bit at the start, but hopefully I'll smash through them. So just as a recap, I've got some RSI issues, so I'm not doing much in the drawing department, or just trying to limit what I'm doing. Yes, it was deleted on all platforms, so nobody will remember. So I'll be doing like a virtual sketchbook tour from my sketchbooks from the last 3 or 4 years. Because I sort of only got back into drawing 3 or 4 years ago, just on a whim. A friend of mine wanted to do a 30-day challenge, and I suggested we do characters, like a character a day. And I don't know, I just got really obsessed with it and really into it. So anyway, if you have any questions whatsoever, ask away. If you want me to stop or you want to look at something else or whatever, just feel free to let me know. I'll try and stop when I can. Yay! I don't know what that emoji means. Anyway, so we have springtime, which was, I think at that stage I owned maybe 3 markers, and I got a pack that was skin colors. Teddy Bear Grills, toy was the prompt for that one. Hi Trombone 0037, aka my father. I'm just getting straight into it. Myself in a costume. I've heard someone, I noticed that I actually used orange to shade the yellow, which I did simply because I didn't have any other markers. So I had a yellow marker, I had an orange marker, a red marker, blues, and some skins. So yeah, I shaded with the orange, and I've only recently found, there was a guy that I was watching his artwork, and he said shading yellows with orange is one of the best ideas. I do actually. It doesn't look that good, but I do have a Pikachu onesie. But it looks pretty cheap. Sweet. I wanted to try this sort of yogurty splash thing. Robot. I was actually pretty happy with that. I think he's pretty cool. I'll also show you. My inspiration was from these guys, the Etherington brothers. I'm pretty sure they have a chapter on robot arms, page 74. And I think I pretty much copied some of them. But see, they show you how to essentially build a robot. So you can see here, these springs with a little clamp thing look familiar. But they're really good. I love their stuff. Angry. I'm not particularly happy with that one, to be honest. The flames look like nothing. They're just flame. They're just like a clip art flame. Something about a drawing. I'm not good with hands. I don't think anybody is really. However, I'm okay with hands when they're not attached to a body. I think that's a key thing. Like it's like eyes, and you can draw parts of the face easy enough, but once you put them all together, it's a bit weird. That's where it's difficult. Slimy. I really had to figure out how it works with light coming through an object in 3D. That's called subsurface scattering. I don't know that I did the best job, but essentially the concept is that you do it darker where there's more of this, where the goo is thicker. So it kind of makes it so it's darker around here because there's more density to the glue. Yep, he's taking a selfie. And I don't know what's happened here. And he's doing duck face. I'll just go through as pages. This is actually day 19. Oh, on the 10th. Sleepy, I did a little panda. I also tried to use some of the yellow mixed in. You can see a little yellow on his belly and stuff. Trying to make it feel warm. Broken. I don't know that I did very well with that one, to be honest. But it's a good experiment. Hero. This is stevia. He's low calorie sweetness. Center or balance. This is Namastacy. I've put her on Redbubble, so you can actually buy a t-shirt of her if you want to. Villain, I'm not happy with this. I think, like I said on the stream that doesn't exist, I feel like it's a sketch from my high school notebook or something. Draw something you love. This is my Game Boy Advance. I turned it into a character and drew a little heart. Yeah, I'm not sure what I can say about that. I was still trying to figure out how you get something to look like it's glowing with markers. It's hard. Yes, please. Ask me your questions. Oh. I don't actually know the answer to that. I haven't thought that far. It's got to be something to do with sweetness. He just makes everything sweeter. That's his superpower. That's really stupid. Farm. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll get my iPad. So this one I actually redid recently. Oh. Don't know if you can see this screen. Oh yeah, it comes up alright. I wanted to redo him. So that's my redone. He's cute. Essentially, this is the day version. This is the night version. A little giant sheep. At the time, I was also learning a lot about character design, and one of the great aspects that you need to think about is size. And often, if you're just drawing a character, you need something to reference what size it is. Because if I do that, you don't know how big he is. You don't think that he's a giant cloud sheep. But as soon as you've got some reference in there of size, you know that he's a giant sheep. Zodiac, Cancer, Cancerian, Crab, 69. I don't think that's what the actual symbol is, but it looks like a 69. Transport, I really wanted to try this technique where you sort of are deliberately shaky with your inking. And also it's an O-bike, so I thought that was kind of cool. And like I said, I actively try to not, hi mum, that's alright, I don't mind that you're late. You're actually probably right on time before everything broke down last time. So yeah, I actively try to think laterally. So transport, it was easy to think of like, oh, I'll draw a car. But then it's easy to go down the route of, that's alright, you don't have to apologise. What am I saying? Yeah, so what I would do is I'd sketch this out with pencil, and then go over it with the ink, the black inks. Then do the markers, and then I'd do some final touches with a gel pen, which you can see these sort of highlights here on the bike. Obviously you can't feel them, but I can feel that they're raised because they're done with the gel pen. That's the end of that one, but there's still more of the characters. The theme was medical, so I did a tongue depressor. I did a rubber ducky. Maybe I should redraw him, because I feel like he'd be a good sort of kinky t-shirt design. And yeah, I feel like this still looks like leather rather than rubber, but what you gonna do? Death, Anubis, fruit, dragon fruit. Yeah, I really want to redo this one actually. I think he's cute. I like his little feet. It's cute. This was actually before I was Stevia Illustrations. I hadn't invented that yet. Amazing. What an interesting backstory. Weather was this one. Yep, I used myself as a model, and yep, I was crying tears of weather. No, I wasn't. Rockstar wanted to try something more scratchy. I can't remember what the concept was with the masks. I think I initially wanted him to be like his whole costume was just masks. Can someone make that a costume and do a performance in it? I just feel like that would be cool. Fan art gender swap. So I made up all these themes, by the way, so they're all things that I wanted to draw anyway, or I had ideas for. I did Hello Kitty as a male, as a masculine Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty. And Celebration, you might recognize this from my profile picture. It's me. There's my little Astro Boy tattoo. Draw me things. I was going to do this series where people would just send me things to draw, but then I realized I was just giving things away for free. Oops, sorry, I just had a bit of a nip slip there. But this is, I think this was from a life drawing that I did. A real life drawing. But the sketch, I just did the sketch in the session, and then no, I'm just going through it because I deleted it all. Am I boring you? This one's cool. I really think I did a good job with that. I can't remember what the prompt was, but... And there's my rainbow fox. He's really cool. I think he came out great. But traditional art stuff is really time consuming to do. Thanks, Sam. It's time consuming to do a it has a rainbow. You know, digitally you're just like, oh yeah, color. But here you've got to get this one, shade it with this one, get this one, you know, like, it's just pain. If you want to do it well, it's a pain. That's all for that one. Let's start. Just my tests. So those previous sketchbooks were all done with blending card, which is you can just get from Officeworks. It's it doesn't soak up the ink of markers as much. Yeah, rainbow makeup would be crazy. Now we have Inktober. So this is my moleskin. My first moleskin ever. Ring. I don't know, I just wanted to do a cat that was looking anxious. Mindless, I don't really like that one. It feels a bit, I don't know, NQR, but I was trying different things with weight, line weight and stuff like that. Bait. I don't think I need to say much more. Freeze. I bought some different coloured things and I started using the markers again in here. Moleskins, it's a nice paper, but compared to the other ones that I was talking about, this does soak in the markers a little bit. but it still feels really nice. It's a really good paper. Depends on which one you get. This one's an art one. I don't have the info. Jason, Chateau Gateau can tell you. There's like art ones and watercolor ones and journaling ones and bullet ones, but this is a art one. Husky, Enchanted. I just went back to the markers. I like the markers, and it's still technically ink. Frail, I wanted to do standard moleskin is 80 GSM, but I think the art one's 100 and something, isn't it? 160? Yeah, I think the art one's a bit thicker. It feels a bit thicker. Swing. Pattern. I don't like this one. I don't know, it's just... Snow, Jon Snow. I was watching Game of Thrones at the time. Again, nah. Dragon, I really want to redo this one. I think I could do it much cuter and maybe a bit more cartoony. Ash, Pikachu. I know Mum likes the skull, but it's not for me. So does Dad. I know you've all probably heard this story last night, but I'm going to tell it again. So, I think my nieces and nephews were joking with my dad about stuff getting stuck in his beard. And so my dad wrote this poem called Grandpa's Beard. And I thought I'd draw it for the overgrown theme. So maybe if I zoom in there. I actually, funnily enough, I used myself as a reference photo, but I just made the nose bigger. I literally got a photo of me going in my phone somewhere. Nose bigger and obviously beard and grey hair. The funny thing is I used myself as a reference, but it actually looks like my dad. So, who'd have thought? I can't remember what the specific poem, what specifically in the poem. There's stuff about honey getting stuck in the beard, and I sort of elaborated on it a bit. But I'm really proud of that one. I think it looks good. Legend. I did a mashup of Link from Legend of Zelda and Jack Skellington, just for fun. I must have been playing Breath of the Wild. I must have been playing Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yeah, so I must have been inspired. And now we're up to where everything went to crap last night. Can you believe it? And it all seems fine now. Anyway, the theme for this one was wild, and I actually even put the word wild in his stripes. Yeah. Talk about creative. Boom. Ornament, I actually had an ornament of a cat's head that was like open. It was supposed to be for Halloween treats, you put them in the mouth and then people can take it out of the mouth, like a dish basically, but it was just a upright kind of one. Yeah, so I drew that. Misfits. I can't remember the names of these, but this one's my friend Chateau Gâteau, and I think this is supposed to be me. I think there was a backstory I had to it, but I can't remember what it was. Sling. I remember Googling sling to get references for this, and I found a lot of quite hilarious product shots of yes, you do. Hilarious product shots of like toilet slings for people who need help, like going to the bathroom. Not that it's funny that they need that, but the product shots have people in them, and their facial expressions are either like this, or they're like too happy. They're just like sitting in these toilet slings. You should look it up, it's funny. But anyway, I went with a sling for a dog groomer after all that. Tread. I just wanted to try something really geometric, and so these are all, well, nearly all straight lines. Treasure. I don't know. I was feeling a bit flowery. Ghost. So, there's a character that a right-wing political anti-gay group in Spain made called no, they didn't call it Gay Spa. They just had on their paraphernalia this little tiny ghost. If I had my iPad connected, I'd show you. I'll show you. So this anti-gay group tried to, say, oh, gays are really scary. So they made this rainbow-coloured ghost, which was supposed to be like, ooh, right? But he was so cute that the gay community just adopted him, and you would have seen him around. That's Gay Spa. So this, anti-gay group was trying to make this whole negative ad campaign thing, and it's just blown up. So people have even designed, the different flags, the different, rainbow flags and lesbian flags and trans flags. It's so cute and funny, because I think, what are they doing? Anyway, I wanted to draw a hottie version, of course. So I did like a gay, a muscly gay spa. The prompt was ghost, so there was a reason behind it. Anyway, that's not really. That's just a funny story. Ancient. This one's okay. I don't think I nailed it, but interesting. I wanted to make it look like an old rock. Like a statue. But I think I just half-assed it in the end. Look, this is pretty lame. Yeah, I like reclaiming words too. Actually, there's one recently that I thought of. Anyway, tasty. This is pathetic. I don't think I did a good job of that. His face looks all distorted. Yeah, maybe I should do a redo of Astro Boy. Maybe I should mark ones that I should do a redo of. Dizzy. Guess who that is? I don't think I can actually go cross-eyed. Can you tell me if I'm going cross-eyed? I think I only get only one eye goes in. I have to really push it to get both. Was it just one eye? I think it just does one eye. Okay. Let me know. Dark. See, I've got all the childhood toys in my arms. It's both. Okay, that's good. I'm glad I can actually go cross-eyed. Coat. It was supposed to be sad, happy kind of face. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty average. But like I said, you can what? What did Karen do? Did she do that? Or did she do that? I don't know. Ride. Space Hippo. I don't know. Oh, the shark, yeah. Baby shark, do 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 do. Injured. I wanted to make a political statement about hunting. No, I didn't really. I just thought it was cute. Rhino sitting on it. It does also make a statement, but it's a lackluster one. This is a cute one. Catch. I think that was something about catching feelings. I don't know. It was a pretty loose concept. And the last one was ripe. And this was for Inktober, so it was during October. So it was actually Halloween at that time. So I thought that was appropriate. And so that ends the Inktober stuff. The rest is just random stuff that I did. By the way, I like these notebooks. I really made sure I did like a piece for every page. But I have other sketchbooks where it's like crap, like actual crap on the page. No, it's just really badly drawn. Like I don't want you to think I just doodle and make these great artworks. Oh, they're not all great, but yeah, these are like finished pieces essentially. I also redid this one actually in digital. Came up quite cool, but I was back when I was trying to I don't know. You can see through all these. I was very much about lines and very cartoony kind of line work. Oh, look out! Got some nips. Sorry, kids. Purple grandpa, purple daddy. I'm actually really happy with this one. I think I got the lighting really well coming on his face. His eyes look really cute. Oh, I was going to draw some koalas. Yes, I do. So I would always have a piece of paper behind whenever I'm drawing, so that it doesn't bleed onto the next one. Because you can see it comes through. It's not too bad, but I was just extra careful. It doesn't bleed through as much with the marker paper, like the blending card. But yeah. I don't know. What does this say to you? Huh? Something about mental health. This one's kind of cool. I don't know why I was going through a leafy green head phase. But I didn't like the clothes. Like, what's going on there? They look like plasticine or something. I can't remember what the reference photo was. Coffee time. I should redo some of these. Make them into t-shirts or something. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, this was there was a trend on Instagram called Tune Me, and people were like digitally doing like half their face and they were drawing, so I did it in a book for that. Oh yay, my bear. I sort of created this little bear character. I don't know, he's kind of me, but yeah, I should finish the koalas. Where are they? That was during the bushfires. But I just felt, I don't know, I felt a bit forced. I think I called him Pinkberry. As American as that is, I thought it was quite funny. I feel like that was for something too. I don't know what that was for, but it was like a rat. Rockstar rat. Why would I have drawn that? Anyway, you can see I was having fun with actual ink and splattering it and blowing it and splotching and stuff. That's my friend from work who often colours his beard in amazing colours. Oh, there's a sketch. You can see how rough I usually start out. Yeah. Oh, that's a sketch of Ben. That's another sketch of Ben. Terrible sketch of Ben. Sorry, Ben. And there's my test page. Now, how is everyone? Are you bored out of your minds? So, I don't think... So it was before COVID. No, I probably shouldn't show you that. So this one, right, this is quite revealing. No, there wasn't anything in the other one. I don't think there's anything in this one. I did get a Chateau Gateau gave me a special Astro Boy moleskin, which was just my sketching stuff and writing, and it did have, I must have taken them out, it had little Astro Boy stickers. Yeah, so I'm going to preface this one. I was not happy with my body, let's say that. I acknowledged that I was not I didn't feel like I was ugly. I didn't feel like I was like obese. I didn't feel like I was like I don't have any abnormalities in my body really. My body is pretty standard, but still there's things I don't like about my body. Or there was, I guess. And I have learnt that through my life, I can get myself through things using art. So often, not often, but more and more as I've grown, aged, learnt, I have found it a great way to mentally develop my mentality and develop my mental processes and rethink things, right? Okay. For instance, in lockdown last year, I deliberately started this isolation art challenge to try and like bring back some of that, excitement or whatever. Anyway, so I did 30 days. This was, when was this? This was early 2020. I did 30 days of my body. So I organized prompts. I had like days where I do a full body, days where I do just a part of my body, days where I'd deliberately distort it, and days where I would draw, some part of my body that I don't like or some part of my body that I do like, right? So this is weirdly revealing because I drew myself. So day one was just full body, get it out there. See, there's nothing wrong with it, but I wasn't happy with it, Also, artifying my body, like playing with it in a sense, like visually, you kind of break it down. And also something that I've noticed with life drawing is that, at the start of life drawing, especially when you're first starting, you really go, oh, that's a naked body, and you're like, oh, they've got some rolls there, and like whatever, like you cognitively think of them as people and you judge them. But as you draw, you start to make them just an object, like you start to objectify them. No, what I mean is you start to see it for what it is. Like instead of saying, I'm drawing a fat face, you start thinking, I'm drawing this line here needs to be right and this shape here needs to be right or whatever. So what it does, this is just my thinking. Like I don't have proof of this, but this was my concept. What it does for me is it makes me take a step back. Because you know when you see a photo of yourself, you immediately think of all the gross bits. You're like, oh, I've got 2 chins there or whatever. When you're forced to draw them, you kind of stop thinking of it like that. Am I making sense? Can somebody like write something just here saying yes? That's not helpful. Anyway, day 3 I think was something you like. I quite like my legs. My butt's alright too. I can't remember what the theme was for that one, but the peach makes an appearance occasionally. This one was just distorting myself. Not particularly to make it anything, like not going, this is what I want to look like, this is what I don't want to look like. It was just to, again, like, I can't think of a good word for it, but have that distance yourself from it. It's kind of interesting. You might have heard me speak before. I've got this tremor in my hands. It's not too bad tonight. I've had a drink. Sometimes a drink calms it down. But I drew this deliberately without deliberately trying to stop my tremors. So I kind of embraced my tremors in a sense for this. So you can see it's a bit, it's not smooth at all. Because obviously my tremors are part of me as well. I can't change that. I don't know what I was doing there. Blue skin. I guess I was playing with it again. I really don't like these. I've gotten actually since then I've gotten rid of those. It's much tighter down there. Again, I think this was draw something you don't like about yourself, and yeah, I don't like those rolls. I still have these rolls. I really don't like them. I still don't like them. Face. Sexy pose. Making myself, inflating myself. Again, like this was an interesting experiment because I don't think I did it terribly well, to be honest. But it was an interesting experiment on a few fronts because I had to actually use a photo of myself, but then think about what would be fatter. So I had to kind of think about where the fat would go. So it was an interesting experiment in that sense, but it also kind of makes you go, it's fine. Like, who cares? Who cares if I get to that weight? I mean, I do care, but but it's not. It's still just a body. I think this one I was just trying a different style and a different angle. I don't know what I was doing here either, just trying some different colors. Close up. I think I was running out of time that day. You can see my pencil sketches in there. Profile. I was trying something different with the cross hatching, or mostly hatching in this case. I quite like that one. It looks pretty good. Trying something else. Doing a weird angle. I thought that was the last one. It wasn't. The reference photo for this, I actually had to hang my phone from the ceiling. That was fun. This one, I think I spilled something on it. Or I accidentally, I think some of my ink spilt on it. So I just tried to make it part of it. Squishing my face. Just playing with it. Just pencil, this one. It's not particularly, it's okay. I kind of like the pose. I think I left the eyes out because I was not doing well with eyes. Yeah, this is all done with Copic markers. And no lines. I deliberately did no lines. I'm trying to break myself out of that. This is muscly, so I made myself muscly. Again, that was an interesting experiment because you had to think about where the muscles are. So it was kind of a good study in anatomy. Bananas covering my bits. I've been sort of working out since then, and I reckon I've got a better shoulder chest situation going on. Adrian, Peachy, and oh no, I can't. I think I was running late on that day too. Another one with my hands and my shaky bits. That one's cute. I like that one. I can't remember what I was holding in the reference photo. I think I've lost some weight since then around my jawline. But again, I didn't use lines for this one. And I think that's the last one of that. And then we get into lockdown. I think this was my ISO challenge. So I did this ISO challenge when the first wave came and we were just like yeah, the first wave of COVID came and we just were all stuck in our houses. So I came up with these prompts I think it was just a 14-day one, but we'll see. So I did my bear stuck in the box because we're locked down. Stuck in this. Happiness, I did a mashup of Steven Universe and Astro Boy in the one thing. It actually turned out more like Steven Universe wearing an Astro Boy costume. Oh, I nearly went to swipe then. Can you believe that? I nearly went. Worries. So, this one's cool, alright? I'll tell you why. Because I used ink, but I mixed it with hand sanitizer. So what it did was it was thicker. So normally if you've got ink and you're mixing it with water or alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, it's quite runny. But this way it's sort of you could sort of control it a bit more and almost paint with it. But I did sort of just hold it like that. Drop it. Nature, phoned it in that day. I don't know, it's pretty pathetic, I think. Warrior. Oh, I don't know what I was doing there either. Just a colourful warrior. I think I used I used these neon gel pens for the tattoos. Grateful Day. That was my desk when I was working from home. I think I was grateful that I had a nice desk. Oh, this is all rubbed out. It's a shame. I think I had I put in a free day or just a what do you call that? Like automatic drawing almost kind of thing. Anxiety. I should redo this one too. I could do it so much better, especially digitally. But the idea was you would have a thought and it would become an anxious thought and then go back into your head. Right? We can all relate to that. I don't know what's happening here. Creativity, dreams. You can see some of that, it's similar to that, the faces I drew the other day actually. My brain. I don't know, I think I phoned it in that day too. It's pretty pathetic. Grateful Day, I was grateful to have Ben at that time. I don't think this is a particularly good portrait of him, like in terms of likeness. That's pretty good. I don't know why I stopped writing these, but that's something else. Ah, now, this page is torn out. You might be wondering, why is that? Because I deliberately had a day, can't remember, the prompt was let it go. And so I actually drew something. I did a full artwork. And then I burnt it as a kind of cathartic way of letting it go. You know, like putting all your frustration and anxiety into this artwork, burning the sucker. You know? And yeah, day 14 was the last day, and that was hope. So I did something super cliched. Bird, sky. But I think it looks good. It's just it's a little bit cliched to me. And that is actually the end. Is there anything you'd like to see again? Any questions you've got? I can always do a I could do a demonstration with my markers or something. I don't want to do too much with my wrist, but will I ever go back to drawing by hand? Maybe. Maybe when my iPad breaks. But it's still by hand, even on my iPad, right? I'll show you actually. You may as well go back here, because when I first got my iPad, I was doing terrible stuff. Look at that. That's awful. What was I thinking? That was my first thing I did when I got my iPad. There's my redo of the guy that I did in in the sketchbook. There's Hussy J. My goodness. I've come so far. There's a life drawing. I ended up like hiding everything with messy bits, thinking it was cool. Biggest adjustment. I think when you go digital, you feel like you need to use all the crazy brushes and everything. Like, I don't know. I felt like I need to use too much. So, yeah, that's not really answering the question. The biggest adjustment was probably good stuff, like being able to undo, being able to change colors, not being stuck to things. But ironically, as I've progressed digitally, I use much less layers. Oops. I try to essentially emulate how you would do it traditionally. But yeah, it just offers so much more. Yeah, I think there's a degree of it being overwhelming when you first get into it. Like you want to just use all the brushes and the colors and everything. now we're getting into the big boys. This is my character challenge that I did as well. So I got all of my followers to give me prompts for each day using their initials. So this one was a jaunty moose, it was JM. This one was a sleuthing grandma. And that was a bug that I just squished. I don't think I'll go through all these, but creative robot. A morbidly obese battle horse. I think you can buy him on Redbubble actually. Yeah, I think we're done. No worries, have a good night. Is anybody else having trouble? Anyway, I think it's time to log off. I'm glad there wasn't any technical issues tonight. Or maybe I spoke too soon and there are technical issues right now and nobody can hear me. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the evening. Thank you for watching. I will be getting back into drawing very soon. I don't know what I'm doing. There might be... I'm hoping to have JL back as a guest and possibly a model posing as well for everybody. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Might require some pre-planning. Anyway, have a lovely evening. We're almost through the lockdown. We're getting there. Yeah. Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow.